In this first example, we want to multiply 3 terms times 3 terms. So a trinomial times a trinomial. So I've color-coded these first 3 because what you want to do is take this first one in orange and multiply it times each one of these, and then the pink one times each one of these, and the blue one times each one of these. So let's distribute this, distribute this one through. So if we multiply 6 times 4, that's 24. U squared times u squared, that is u to the 4th. Okay, then we're going to distribute this one to this one. So a positive times a negative is a negative. And then 6 multiplied by 1, 6, and u squared times u to the 3rd. So we have negative 6u to the 3rd. 6u squared multiplied by 2. So 6u squared times 2 is just 12u squareds. And then we move on to the pink one here. So I'm going to move these over. And we're going to distribute to each one of these. So I have 4u times 4u squared. So 4 times 4 is 16, and u times u squared, u to the 3rd. And then 4u times negative u. Positive times negative is negative 4, and then u times u is u squared. So minus 4u squared, and then 4u multiplied by 2 is 8u. And then finally, we're going to distribute this negative 3 to each one. So negative 3 multiplied by 4u squared is negative 12u squared. Negative 3 times negative u is positive 3u, and then negative 3 times 2 is minus 6. Last thing we want to do is go looking for any like terms that we can find. And so let's go through starting with 24u to the 4th. Can we find any other u to the 4th? And we can't. So that makes 24u to the 4th. Next, let's go looking for any other u to the 3rds. So we have negative 6 of those. We have positive 16 u cubes, no other u cubes. So negative 6 of those and 16 of those make 10 u cubes. Then on to u squareds. Okay, looking for any u squareds we have 12 of those, minus 4u squareds, minus 12u squareds. So 12u squareds minus 12u squareds is nothing, and then another negative 4u squareds is negative 4u squareds. Then let's go looking for a u. And that one, we have negative 4 sorry, I lost my place here. I have 8 of these plus 3 more of those, so that makes 11. And then lastly, negative 6 kind of by itself, nothing pairs with that, so minus 6. And that's our final answer. So you're multiplying this first one times each of these, the pink one times each of these, and the blue one times each of these, and then combining like terms. The only difference, these ones I'm going to go through a little bit quicker. The only difference here is we have a trinomial times a binomial, so 3 terms times 2 terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front one here, the 2y, and multiply it to each of those, followed by the 5u, negative 5u, and then I'm going to distribute that one through. And then I'm going to take the negative 1 and distribute that one through. And combine like terms. So doing that a little more quickly here, 2y times 6y is 12y, 2y times 6y, 12y squared. 2y times negative 2u is minus 4uy. And then negative 5u times 6y is negative 30uy. Negative 5u times negative 2u is plus 10u squared. And then negative 1 times 6y is negative 6y. And negative 1 times negative 2u is 2u. Going through looking for any other y squareds. And I don't see any other y squareds. So we have 12y squareds. And then going through and looking for any other uys, and there's a uy right there, and that's it. So counting up how many uys we have, negative 4 minus 30 more makes negative 34 of those. And then let's look for any other u squareds. Those are not u squareds, so we just have 10 u squareds. And then if I start looking for my any other negative 6y's, any y's, those aren't y's, so those just come down, minus 6y's, and then 2u, nothing matches with that, so we have 2 of those. Now notice this time there's 3 terms and then there's 2 terms. Here there's 2 terms and then there's 3 terms. So this time I would take this 5u times each one of these, and then I'm going to take the 3 and multiply it times each one of these. So your takeaway here is just let's make sure that we take what's here times each one of those, what's here times each one of those, and if there was another one, multiply that one through. I'm just going to do that very quickly here. I've multiplied those through, and then when I combine like terms, I only have 35u squareds. My uys, I have minus 30 of those. My u's, I've got 5 of those and 21 of those, so that makes 26. We have minus 18y's and plus 3.